I got my boy in the studio with me, all the way from New York City, Maurice Good. Hey, Mo, say something, man. Give him a shout out real quick.
Good evening. God bless everybody who's going to be listening to this message. I hope that your heart and your mind is filled with the Spirit, and that you take these jewels that you're going to get. I hope that you take it back to the community and bless the community with it.
Wow, wow. And I got my boy Monte Lodge sitting right next to me. What's up, man?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm here.
You here?
I'm here.
Okay. Hey, listen, before we jump into the show tonight, actually, let me just kind of give you a preview of what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have a conversation tonight about why is it that when a woman ends, or a man and a woman, they break up, they end their relationship with let me rephrase it. Why is it that when a woman ends a relationship with her child's father, he ends the relationship with his child? That's gonna be the topic on tonight, and that's really, really, you know how we do here. We just raw and we real. But just kind of shameless plug. I'm just in a good mood. You know, I had a good interview Friday, a great interview Friday. Friday while I was in Dallas, Texas, getting some training by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Man, I'm telling you, it was off the charts. But man, listen, I had a good interview with the New York Times. New York Times. My book haven't even been out 2 weeks. Right. God is opening up doors that no man can shut. Well, and for those of you that got dreams and goals, I'm telling you, they can come to pass. You got to work at it, and you got to believe in it. And I'm telling you, I was so excited to be on this call today to say, hey, look, you know what? We're going to have a great show tonight. It's going to get real. Also, if you haven't purchased What If I Had a Father, The Man I Never Knew, go to my website, deanbooks.com. deanbooks.com. You can get more information about me and things of that nature and my family. So, hey, look, let's jump right in. So why is it that when a woman ends a relationship with her child's father, he ends the relationship with his child?
Wow.
Why? And Mo, anybody, y'all can kind of chime in.
Okay. I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to say to you.
I don't think the world is ready.
That's what I'm saying. Because even though I wasn't that dude, I was a sneeze away from being that dude. And what I mean by that, I was in such pain when my family kind of fractured that I just wanted to give up. I didn't want to see her. I didn't want to see my child. I was in such pain that, you know what? She don't want me. She rejected me. That's okay. All right. So I'm just going to disappear, And those were some of the thoughts that went through my head. Those were some of the feelings that was in my heart, and I had to work through it. And I worked through it by myself through the grace of God. That God placed on my heart, we're not going to do this. Your father did it to you, you're not going to do this. And I had to work through it. But I'm going to tell you, I was a sneeze away. I was, as they say, a New York second away from being that dude who, you rejected me. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to be that cat. I'm going to be that cat who, as you say, the no good N-word, who ain't going to take it. You know what? That's how you going to treat me. That's how I'm going to act. So, there's a lot of brothers out there who, some of them actually act on it a lot more, feel that way, and some of them actually put on the grown man's shoes and say, you know what, I'm going to step up, I'm going to do what I have to do in spite of what happened between us.
Wow. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking, what happened? Because there's a lot of, and this is not all, brother. This is not an indictment on men. This is, hey, look, if this is you, man, look, we can make those changes. We can make those changes and just get it right. Does it mean that the father doesn't love his child? I mean, is it payback? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I think it's a plethora of things, because sometimes the dad, like you were saying, Maurice, is that, hey, look, hey man, she broke my heart. I don't want to have nothing to do with her. I really care for her. I really loved her, and boom, we brought this child here, and I just got sidetracked and just went on ahead and did my own thing, and that's the challenge because the child is saying I had nothing to do with you and mommy.
Right.
Mhm. Well, I where your treasure is, there where your heart. That's where your heart is, and so it's kind of like the ball syndrome. If I can't play, I'm gonna take my ball and I'm gonna go home. You just for that moment, you really ain't good enough to play. Like you didn't get picked for some reason, but maybe you should stick around and learn a couple things. Maybe you can get on the next. This is just a little analogy. Maybe you can just get in on the next game or call next. But in that situation, you broken up with the lady, or the lady broke up with you, or y'all just broke up with each other. But there's still another element there to deal with.
Right.
Okay, that didn't work, but there's still another aspect that of this relationship that you have to deal with. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it's unseeming, but there's a child involved. There's a whole nother life. So when I look at it, and it's like, what was really important anyway? Was I just there with that child, with my child, because of her? Because it was good. Um, I was being fulfilled by her. So, yeah, I'm spending time with my child. And it's funny because those are the type of dudes that consider it babysitting when they got to watch their kid, when they got to spend time. Oh, I'm babysit. You can't babysit your own kid. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I just that don't make sense to me. You can't. That's like you borrowing your own car. It's your car. You driving it. When somebody else use it, then they borrowing it. But it's your car. So, for that man, and I like the question how you put it when a lady, female, when a woman break up the relationship with the man, he break up the relationship, or he leave the child. That's that's deep. To me, that's saying, okay, I was only here really for one reason. So I'm gonna just forego this relationship I have with my child.
Let me chime in real quick. I want to, just in case people want to call in. Here's the number: 614-577-1434. 614-577. I'm sorry, 1464. 614-577-1464. And if you'd like to text in, a comment or response or whatever question, you can dial 614-377-4592. Now, back to this conversation. Here's one of my questions. And I guess this is the reason why I even wrote the book. Why? 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 Like, what happened? Like, what are some of the issues that may have caused him to go and not come back? What happened beforehand, in terms of how was their relationship? Were they living together? Were they already kind of separated? I mean, were they living in different homes? What was her family background like? I mean, there's a lot of different things I think that cause it. But at the same time, like what Monte was saying, hey, look, man, if it's your child, you got to take the steps to be there. And so, when I look at this, I'm like, oh, even because my wife, we went together years ago. We were dating, and we had a kid together, and I made sure that I did all I can do to, not to just be at birthday parties and bring over Christmas gifts. I didn't have no car. I remember times where I was walking through the hood with her on my shoulder, and walking about a half a mile to the bus stop just so we can go out east. And we don't got it like New York with the subway. We have, just buses. And so for me, when like Tupac said, I promise if I have a seat, I'll guide and write. And I'm at the point in my life like our children need us. Our children need us. You need your in a way. I feel like I need my children. I get strength. I get strength from looking at my kids. When I feel like I don't want to go to work, I get strength. When I feel like giving up on certain things or just kind of pulling back, and they come and hug me or give me a kiss, I get strength. I don't know. I get strength from my kids. Mo, I don't know about what you thinking, what you got on your mind right now, but I know you got something.
And I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to the brother, and in some cases, as I tell the young people that I work with, that as they go through this transformation of changing their lives, they have to be very careful who they invite into their circle, because their success is going to remind other people of their failure. So now personalize it and bring it close to home. So for me, I can only speak for me. When my wife decided, my ex-wife now, when my wife said, you know what, this isn't working, and I'm taking our child, and that's it. And so for me, it was every time I saw this woman, it reminded me of my failure as a man, because I couldn't make it work. And so now, if this woman if me looking at this woman reminds me of my failure as a man, can you imagine what me looking in the face of this child is reminding me? Because now that failure has just been multiplied by 1,000, because I'm supposed to be his protector. I'm supposed to be his teacher. I'm supposed to be all of these things to him. And I can't even get the very basic thing right, which is to keep my family together. That's how deep this stuff goes. And so for some brothers, I'm going to cut and run. It might be a lot deeper than just, I'm irresponsible. And Mike, as I always say every week, we got to get our brothers to heal themselves. There's a lot of brothers that are hurting. They in pain, and because of the society that we live in, man up. So they hold on to that pain, and they don't let it go. They don't release it. And so as a result, our women are hurting, our children are hurting, our society is hurting because the man is hurting. And so that's what it comes down to, is that for me, I get therapy. This is a form of therapy for me to be able to say, you know what, my failure, I felt like every time I looked at this woman, I felt like I failed her, I failed my child, I failed my family.
Wow. We got a caller. Somebody's calling in. Yo. This your boy Mike Dean. Yo, holla at me.
Hi, it's Noelle. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. I heard you guys talking about, men who disconnect their relationship with their children when their children's mother disconnects from them. And I just wanted to give my perspective because I'm in that same exact situation like right now. And from my perspective, from what I've heard you guys talk about so far, the gentleman stating how he felt when his relationship didn't work with his child's mother, the way that I feel is that I want to know where it starts. Like, where does that feeling come from? Where were you brought up where there's that certain sense of security that has been either taken away from you or was never given to you, to make you feel like just one relationship, you know, with one woman, her not wanting you, because there's men all around the world who go through that, who don't have children and who do, and they don't have that feeling of such a loss or such a defeat. In my opinion, I feel like it comes from a lack of relationship or non-existent relationship with their mother. And where somewhere in that relationship that's either not there or is there, but just maybe lacking something, that sense of security wasn't there for them to feel like they were basically abandoned. So that's the feelings that I'm hearing him saying. It's like, I was abandoned. You don't want me. There's something about me that you don't like. What is it? I'll fix it. You know, I'll be whatever, whoever it is you want me to be, so that we can just be together. And if I can't have you, I don't want any reminder or any type of symbol of you, whether it's children or clothes or whatever it could be. I just want to wash myself, you know, basically clean of you in the whole situation and just go start over again. So, I mean, that's where I think it comes from. I don't know what the relationship with his mother is like or isn't like, but everything that you experience as an adult, or that you have feelings for as an adult, I feel like comes from situations or relationships you had when you were a child. And certain things that happen to you as an adult will bring those feelings back out, and it's very hurtful if you don't deal with whatever caused you to feel that in the first place. And anybody who causes you to feel that feeling again, you know, you resent or you don't want to be around, or you're very upset with something they really had nothing to do with in the first place.
So from a woman's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to the men out there that are dealing with this? Like, what would you say to them in regards to what you see from your child?
Mm-hmm. It's hurtful. And I'm sorry if I start to cry.
It's all right. It's all right. If you can't talk about it, you know, we can.
No, it's fine, because it's something that has to be talked about. I talk to my mother about it all the time. This is just my perspective. A situation like that, a man who, let's say, you know, you were with for 5 years, he's the father of, you know, both of your kids. He's been in their life every single day. They wake up, they go to bed, you know, he takes them to school, he takes them breakfast. And then
Hello.
one day,
this is a public message announcement.
That just stops, you know, that it literally, like, one day he's waking them up, he's fixing them breakfast, and then, you know, maybe we decide, you know, we're going through this situation throughout that 5 years, and then one day I decide and I say, okay, well, this just isn't working for me anymore. Like, I want more out of life. It's not, you know, that he's abusive or he cheats or he's anything. It's just our individual values are different. And, you know, I want more, and he just may be comfortable where he is. You know, our development is different just as people. And then the next day, you know, he doesn't want to take them, you know, to Disney on Ice, or he doesn't want to take them and spend time with them one-on-one and individually unless you come with it. That is a completely different situation from someone who was never there from the beginning.
Well,
like, if you don't know something, you know, you don't miss it. But for it to go from, you know, basically you being ripped from a toy you've been with since you were a child, it's like, it's heart-wrenching, and it's heart-wrenching to watch. It's heart-wrenching to think about how my children are going to feel, you know, once that process continues to take place where he's just not there. But just yesterday or 3 days ago or 4 days ago, he was there. It's a feeling that I can't even describe.
You know, this is one of the thoughts that come to my mind. And I know this may not work for everybody, but I think when like a male and female, two adults, they say, all right, we're gonna go ahead and call this quits. I know we have a child or we have children, but you're gonna go your way, I'm gonna go my way. You know, I think in between time, or meanwhile back at the ranch, there should be a conversation. Say, okay, I know we're not gonna be together. I know, listen, you don't love me no more for whatever reason it is. Okay, I can deal with that. I have to pull myself together and start healing, the process of healing in that regard. However, we have a child to raise together, but we're apart, and that's going to be tough because most of the time women they have the rights in terms of custody, in terms of taking them to the doctors, all of the appointments, all of the school things and things of that nature. But I think people should. I think there should be a conversation about around expectation and how are you going to stay? How do you plan on staying involved in your child's life? Because I think sometimes when the man leaves, and these are some of the things I've seen just firsthand, and when I was growing up, when the man leaves, it's often a fight. It may not be physical, but it's kind of just some anger, a lot of tension, and then he bang out, he leaves, and he don't even come back. He don't even call. He don't answer the phone calls or anything, and so he just left in rage. Like I don't want to deal with her no more. And so, boom, by him wanting to stay away from her, it affects the child. And that's when we that's when fatherlessness happens, is because the guy decides to leave and don't come back. Now, maybe he went to jail. Maybe he died. I mean, there's different, types of fatherlessness, and that'll be in my next book, The Nine Nuggets of Reconnection. However, I ain't gonna get into that tonight, but I was just working on that today. But I really, really, I really feel this from the bottom of my heart. I really, really believe that there needs to be a conversation, and if there hasn't been a conversation, I think there needs to be kind of a hey, look, reaching out to each other. If y'all hate each other, and I'm just talking over the airways, if y'all don't like each other, there needs to be a conversation, whether it's through the courts, but that child needs the father's attention. Period.
Right.
So
Right. Right. I definitely agree with you. But I'm more specifically about situations where that conversation has been had, it's been or so what you can do so much of an amicable breakup. There wasn't like a big, knockout, drag out, but there was I'm just not in this anymore. Like, I just don't want to be in this relationship anymore. He still wants to be in the relationship, but she doesn't. And it's like, okay, well, I want to work it out. I don't want to work it out. I just want to move on. And if he does the things that you do, when you try to move on, and then he just still disappears, whether there's a fight or not. Like, it's just, you just don't want to be here because I don't come with that package anymore. Like, I'm going to live my life and be with whomever I may meet in the future. And you're going to hopefully be with whoever you meet in the future, but our children still need the both of us. And for whatever reason, the man just is not, he's either not willing to do that, or he just won't, or he doesn't know how. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what causes you to feel like that? Whatever that is, you have to deal with that so that you can move on and be who you need to be for your children. Like, they don't deserve that just because my mom doesn't come with a package.
right.
That also goes back to what one of you said. Okay, well, why were you here in the first place? Were you only here because she was here? Because now that she's not, you don't want to be here anymore. So what were your true intentions from the beginning? And that gets kind of scary to think about, because it's like, okay, well, why did we decide, or, when I got pregnant, did you see that as an opportunity to keep me? We talk about guys getting trapped all the time. When it happens to women all the time, to guys who want to hold on to a woman and feel like, okay, well, if I have children with her, then she'll stay with me. She'll want to be a family. That's a whole
nother conversation. Oh, that's a whole nother. Now you trying to open up a can of worms for sure.
I'm just saying that, that's what it sounds like when you say, I don't want a relationship with our kids because I can't have you. Well, why did we have them in the first place? I know why I had them, why I wanted them. Why did you want them?
Most of the time we had kids off of impulse.
Right. Or, you know, it didn't seem to happen like that. They just kind of got here out of thin air.
Yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying. But I'm just saying, what was, you know, your actual thought process, you know, behind that? Like, did you feel like that was going to keep me in this relationship because, you know, I had your kid, and now that it's not, you know, it didn't work. Whatever it was, didn't go the way you wanted it to go. And then that's also selfish. It's like you're throwing a 5-year-old tantrum right now. If you can't have this, you don't want nothing. If you can't have the fries, you don't want the chicken nuggets. Like you can't do that. Like this is you bought the nuggets, them are yours. Like you gotta have those. Like this, whether the fries are there or not, you know, this is an a la carte meal. If I decide I don't want to be with you anymore,
hold on, what did you say?
You know,
Hold on, what did you say? Did you say? Did you say this is a la carte?
Right.
I want you to explain the a la carte. What do you mean?
It can.
Just in case somebody think it's something else.
I was like, it can come with or without. It can be ordered separately from the meal. Like, you know.
Wow.
Oh boy, I'm sorry.
You know what I want to do tonight for you, Noel? Is I want to you know, before we hang up with you, and I really appreciate you. Do you have a copy of my book?
I don't, but actually I don't mind having a copy.
You're gonna most definitely go to deanbooks.com and order your copy today. I'm telling you, it's gonna bless you, and a lot of this is gonna make a lot of sense. But I really thank you for calling in. Thanks for your time, and you really gave a lot of good insight.
Okay, well, thank you guys for having me. I think the conversation you're having is a great conversation. It's something that needs to be talked about. I'm so glad that you're talking about it because, like I said, I talk to my mom and my family about it all the time. So it's good to know that this is on a man's mind and that there are people outside of me that are going through this, you know, because I don't feel like I'm alone.
You're not alone.
Crazy.
You're not alone. God bless you, sister.
All right, God bless you. Bye.
So, Mo, you back on?
I'm back on, brother.
Hey, you know, this is what I want to do. I'm stepping out on faith now. If I got somebody calling in. Yo, holla at me. Holla at me.
Hello?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
How you doing? I was just listening, Pastor.
Okay. Oh, okay. What's going on?
I was brought me back to how like I'm going through exactly what everybody talking about. Basically, I'm trying to get reconnected back with my children, and I started trying to figure out like how did I leave and let such of a long time basically happen. Like it's been about 6 years, like 2009. Since 2009, I kind of like been in and out of the picture with my children, like more out of the picture. So it's a lot. I started remembering it was like a lot of pain. Basically, I was harboring a lot of different pain from actually not wanting children at the age that I had them. Like I did a long time while incarcerated, so I wanted to basically come home and kind of live my life, which I thought was my life, and that was, you know, dating different women, seeing just kind of living my life. And I felt like I didn't want the responsibility of the children at that time. And I know that I'm a loving guy. I got a big heart. My grandmother and my mom raised me with morals and standards and everything. So I kind of was like, I know that it takes like to raise a child. It takes like a village. You know what I mean? Like it takes time. It takes response. You know what I mean? Like it takes time, love, financial responsibility. Like it's a lot to raise a child the right way. So I wasn't ready for it at that point in time, basically. So now it's like, wow, how did you basically get so far away?
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay. Now, I don't know who you are. Hey, you know,
Anonymous
listen,
caller.
you are representing the many men that's in this situation. Okay, so I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
In this situation like this, in turn, because you made some comments that was pretty powerful. That that you felt like you weren't ready. And I think other men can attest to that. They really didn't want children at the time. They didn't want the responsibility. But then on the other hand, my mind has to flip to the woman or the mother. She can't say that. Even though she want to say it, she can't live it. And so when I look at that, it's like, okay, we as men, you know, I'm lumping us in there. Not really, but but you know, but the men that have left in that regard, we don't consider or haven't considered, may have not considered what the woman, the mother, has to deal with in that regard, and not wanting children herself. Because again, most kids I know growing up, we've been born through impulse. Mo, I know you on there bubbling, man. Come on, man.
Oh man, I can relate to the brother, and brother, I just want to say I thank you, I appreciate you,
yes,
and I honor you, brother, because for you to step up and say I was in pain, that's the part that I really want for people to understand, because you know oftentimes it's like, to be the man, you gotta walk around with this chip on your shoulder, nothing bothers you. Nah, we in pain.
yeah.
So you can't leave a situation and where you love people and then be disconnected from that love and not be in pain. So for you to speak to your pain, I appreciate you for that. You know,
here's my question.
Mike said, you're not by yourself.
Here's my question though, Mo. Here's my question. Where does this pain? What is this pain? I mean, I hear, you know what I mean, I'm with you, but I think we got people out there that's listening. What is this pain?
The pain comes from neglect, right?
Okay.
And so, like, the pain comes from feeling neglected, feeling abandoned. Because guess what? Grown men go through periods where we feel neglected and abandoned as well. And so you're talking about that pain of being neglected, that pain of feeling abandoned, that pain of feeling rejected, that pain of feeling like I'm not worthy of, the pain of feeling like I have no value. So if you're going through those types of feelings, then to be honest with you, it might be best for the brothers to step away so that they can resolve those feelings and come back a stronger man to be able to pour into these children and pour into these women, even when they're not with them, right? And that's the part, you know, I'm conflicted, because it's like, man, you know, we need our men to be there for their family. But what I recognize also is that if you're not in a position to be the very best that you can be, and you're not ready to be the very best example that you can be for that child or those children and that woman, then guess what? It might be best that you step away, you step back, and let somebody else step forward.
Oh, hold on. Hey,
hold on. Listen, you had said something earlier, Marie. Said, this anonymous brother on the phone. You both alluded to this pain, but one of the things you was talking about this pain is that you are the man, and being neglected, being pushed away like that, you kind of feel like you're the one that's supposed to be there you said earlier that I'm supposed to make this work. I couldn't make it work. One of the problems with us men getting this kind of hurt is because our pain is infused by pride. And so for women, it's a little different. They have a lot of nurturing. So we think, okay, they can, we could walk away and they can take these kids. But if we be honest with ourselves, the reason we feel that, and I mean, if any man come up to and say, no, you wrong, I ain't prideful, that's pride right there talking. Because we feel that, hey, we're supposed to make this work. We're supposed to be the protector. We got to keep this family together. So if it fall apart or something goes wrong, we beat ourselves up first and we don't know how to deal with it. And so it hurts when she says, oh, okay, this is not going to work out. So a lot of times these children are left inadvertently because we're, like you said, we just got to get away. So the first, our first thought is not, I'm leaving my child, is I got to get away. I can't believe this. I got to go pull myself together, and maybe some time slip in, and, you try to get back to just get to even ground. Y'all have an argument. And so by the time you realize you don't left your child fatherless, it's like 6 months, 8, you don't even realize it because you're so busy dealing with this relationship and this hurt from it. And, you can't even say, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm not going to be with you, but I have to take care of my child, because you still trying to go back to the first problem that's not even really going to be fixed. I mean, the young lady that was on there earlier was like, I got to get past that. I'm moving on to the next thing in my life. But the guy is like, hey, it's not, and it's not so much that I really want to get back with her, but I just got to fix this. We got to put it together. And if I might be honest, some guys just want to leave on their own terms. So that pride issue is infused by that pain, and it causes imbalance, if you will.
Wow.
And so I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to heal or to humble myself.
Yeah, wow. If I can chime in.
Wow. Wow.
Hello?
Wow. So the anonymous brother, you still there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Give me a quick comment. We got some other callers trying to call in. So just make,
Yeah, I was going to quickly say, like, that's exactly kind of how I feel, like, because I'm in a new relationship now, and my old relationship has hindered me moving forward in my new relationship because of basically past hurt, past like neglect, like the pain that I feel of not being there, not being able to, see just miss the time that I had missed. Basically, is like it's catching up to me. Basically, so now that I done slowed down in my life, for my just focusing on self and trying to get self together and everything. And mind you, it was without basically the Lord on my side, so that was running in place basically. So it's catching up basically. You know what I mean? So I know that the Lord with me, so I'm gonna basically get everything together and try to heal up that old, fix that old problem and move forward in my life, knowing that
Wow, that's big, man. Like Maurice was saying, encouraging you earlier, man, you got this, man. One step at a time. You got to go through the process. And you got this, man. You paving the way for many brothers that did the same thing. God bless you, man. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks. God bless you too.
Yo. Mo, you still there? Oh, got another caller.
Yeah.
Holla at me. This your boy Mike Dean. Holla at me. Hello? Mo, you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
What's going on with your thinking?
Oh man, Brother Montez said something. He said about the healing and the humbleness. And I think that to heal, you have to be humble.
Woo!
Because
Shoot yourself in the foot.
to be able to admit one shortcoming.
Hold up, Maurice, stop it. Stop it. You said to heal, you gotta be what?
You gotta be humble.
Woo!
To heal, you have to be humble.
I'm sorry, I had to slip.
It's a must. It's a must that if you're going to heal, you must be humble. Because to be humble is to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I have shortcomings. I fell short of own expectations.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. To humble yourself is to say, I fell short of my own expectations, and I fell short of the expectations that others may have for me in my role as a father, right? And the thing about the pain that I was talking about and having to heal is that a lot of brothers out here who have children were fatherless themselves. And so oftentimes, because I'm gonna speak from my perspective, as I've said many times before, I don't know my father, never met the man. And so when me and my wife, my ex-wife, was going through our transition as a family, it was only a natural instinct for me to do what was done to me. That was a natural instinct. But I thank God, man. I thank the God inside of me. I thank the God, my faith that he was able to pull me from that and say, nah, this ain't going to happen. You're not doing it. But that was my natural instinct because that's the example that was set for me. And so for a lot of brothers, that's the example that has been set for them. And it's convenient and it's easy because you know what? My father did it to me and I turned out all right. So, little homie, because that's how we do it. We kind of disassociate ourselves from that kinship of our child. So we say, little homie, he'll be all right. Or, she'll be all right. She got a mother, she got a grandmother, she got this person, she got that person, she'll be all right. Because for real, they don't want to face their shortcomings. So they kind of disassociate themselves from what's really happening and them saying, you know what, it's not all right. And I need to step up. And the problem with that is, you know what, I know I need to step up, but I don't know how to step up because it wasn't taught to me.
Wow. Wow. Well, we got somebody calling in. Holla at me. This is your boy, Mike Dean. Holla at me.
How you doing?
Hello?
How you doing?
Good.
What's up, Mr. Mike?
How you doing?
This St. David.
Can you say that again?
I said this is St. David off of Facebook.
Okay, what's going on? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I just came back from Chuck E. Cheese.
Good. What's going on? I know you got something to say.
Yeah, though, I wanted to talk about earlier. I saw on your page talk about why does guys they break up with the girlfriends they break up with their kids too. And when I had broke up with my first dating mom, I was in love with her. And when things went south, I thought by me leaving her, me not seeing the kids and keeping my daughter with her, I was hurting her. And I was doing that for a while. I was doing that for about 2 months straight. And I had nobody to tell me that was the right thing to do or that was the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from that because, the kids don't have nothing to do with our relationship. A lot of guys and a lot of females, they put our kids into our relationship over their breakup. And it's not fair to the kids. I mean, because I grew up without a father, and one of the reasons that my father wasn't around is because my mom didn't want him to see me because he had left her, and I don't want to do the same to my kids, man.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. I really commend you for calling in. Most definitely, that's a powerful statement because that does happen. Because, like the old saying goes, hurt people hurt people. And like you said your mom was hurt, so she felt like she wanted to get back at your dad. And you was hurt, so you wanted to kind of get back at your baby mom because you loved her. And you know, sometimes life just happens. So now that we know, right? Now that we know this thing, and we more comfortable with who we are. The question now for me, somebody got a lot of noise in the background.
That's my daughter. She just there. That's my daughter.
Okay, give her a kiss and put it on mute. Hey, so here's the question. Here's what I want to get to. What I want to get to is now, what do we tell the next generation? What do we tell our sons? What do we tell our daughters? Because it wasn't told to us. Because you made a powerful statement. You said, you know, when I made that decision, I had nobody there to tell me was I right or wrong.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes I look back and I be thinking, like, what if I had a dad, man? What if my dad was in my life, man? Maybe I won't be having all these kids right now, and maybe I want to give the females that I was with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have learned how to tie my shoe earlier than when I learned. Maybe I would have learned to stay out the street. Maybe I would have learned that education.
Hey, Tay, do you got my book?
No, I don't got your book.
Oh man, you need to go to deanbooks.com, man. You just said my title. What if I had a father?
If I had a father.
Yeah. Go to deanbooks.com, man. Just go on there, man, and get that book,
brand
man.
new instruction manual for those that didn't have a father.
Yeah, I mean, just what you said, man. I mean, like you started saying like actual quotes from the book.
Wow.
Yeah, you most definitely need to get that, man. Wow.
I think alike, man.
Oh man, you know what? Great minds think alike, and sometimes pain thinks alike.
So I be telling my friends, man, like,
I'm starting to feel the glory.
if you had a dad, you would learn how to be a man earlier than what we learned. Like sometimes in my life, it took me to go through all these dumb experiences for me to learn how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And when I first came out, I was looking at the guy that was cool. But I felt like I wanted to be like the guy that was cool, the one that was getting all the recognition, the one that had the clothes, the one that had the girl. You know what I'm saying? And I became a follower. It took me a while to become a leader.
Oh, hey, Tay, where you from, man? I forgot where you from.
I'm from Philly, man. You don't remember me?
Yeah, I remember you at the Coil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't remember what state you were from.
I'm from Philly. Yeah, I lost though, man. I lost, man. I wanted to be on the council, but.
Hey, man, we could talk about that off the record, man. We'll find some other way to get you involved.
Okay.
Man.
So Jahi Davis is my cousin.
Oh man, tell Jahi I said what up, man. That's, you know what, it's certain words I can't use over the airways. But hey man, thank you for calling, man.
Yes.
Thank you for calling, man.
All right. Listen, I sent my number, man. Whenever you've done the show, give me a call back.
Okay. You be blessed, man.
God bless y'all, man.
God bless.
Mo, I know you there.
You know I am. And so I want to talk about the 3 stages of development real quick. And this goes back to a previous show, right? About like when fathers try to come back into the picture, right? And they've been gone for a while and they come back and the child, especially if the child is an adult child, and they looking at him sideways like, you know, like, who are you? What's going on? The 3 stages of development, I think, is crucial for any father who aspire to be a dad, and especially if he's not in the picture on a daily basis. And the 3 stages are: the first stage is from birth to age 7, which is activity. You know, playing games with the child, doing things with the child. That's age birth to 7. And then the second stage of development is enforcement, discipline, creating rules and boundaries. And that's from 8 to 14, right? And so, like, you can't come into the picture trying to create these rules or enforce rules when you skip the stage of activity. The third stage.
Stop! You stop it.
The third stage is mentorship.
Oh, goodness.
From age 15 to 21, you should be creating that friendship, that mentorship, that guidance, right? So that your child feels comfortable enough to come to you and say, what do you think about this? Because we don't give a lot of credit to that. But when a young person comes to you and asks you for input on their life, man, that's worth more than gold.
Yeah.
And so those 3 stages, right? And so for any father who aspires to be a dad, they have to go back. So let's say I did a bid, and so let's say my child was 1 when I went in, and now my child is 14. Well, I can't come, and so now the mom or the grandmom says to me, you know, because I come home now, and the mom says, well, you know that boy ain't going to school, and so now the first thing I do is, oh, why are you not going to school, and blah, blah. No, you got to first engage them in activity. Take them to the movie. They might be too big to play a game, and they may not be. But, do some activities. Take them to the movies. Let's play some cards. Let's play Uno. Let's do something, right? Let's build that relationship. So then I can come back to you and say, hey, why are you not going to school? Why are you ditching class? Now that child is going to have a little more respect for me because we're building that relationship through activity. And so again, fathers who aspire to be dads, you gotta look at the 3 stages of development.
Wow.
That's wow, that's deep.
Yeah, that's
on
real.
point too.
And and I think when fathers are reconnecting, it's a matter of trust. Because if you've been gone for so long, you can't expect for me to call you daddy right out the gate.
Right.
But just kind of to wrap this, that's a whole nother piece. And those of you that's listening, if you got any ideas or any conversations you want to hear us have on air, just go ahead and inbox me on my author page, Mike Dean author page. And if it's something that we feel comfortable with, we'll go ahead and use that as a topic or a thought for that evening. I don't want to guarantee you nothing, but if it's something hot, hey, listen, we'll put it out there. Yeah. Also, just to try to wrap this up, I mean, we heard from several people. We heard from a father, a mother that faced the situation. We heard from a brother that actually faced the situation and trying to pulling things back together with his children. Then we heard from another young man from Philly that pretty much said the same thing. That but then he made some comments that if I would have had a dad, somebody that was there to help me when I was at those crossroads, because that's when we really need somebody. Is when we at the turns of our lives, when we at those crossroads, we need somebody to say, hey man, look, if you go that way, I kind of been down that path. Right. Now if we make that decision, it's on us because ultimately we make our own choices and we got to live with them. But to have that extra voice to say, hey, look, man, I wouldn't do that if I was you, man. Wait. Right. And then also with Mo, just kind of close with the 3 stages of development.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, wow, what book did you get that out of?
I actually got that from another good brother of ours, Brother Lau Muhammad.
Okay, Brother Al, Brother Lau.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's who shared that with me a few weeks ago.
Oh, because they were in New York.
With the listeners.
Okay. Wow. And I mean that's really something to think about. I mean, I think we covered a lot today. I hope and pray that you gain some information that you can really take with you. Mothers out there, don't give up. I know it's tough. Don't give up. Hang in there. Brothers out there that's you kind of fighting your way to try to get back in. Don't give up. If you're not in your child's life, man, listen, man, your child needs you. Yeah. He needs you. She needs you. She got a game tomorrow. She's not expecting you to be there. Change her paradigm about you. Change her perception about men.
Yes.
And so I just, man, Mo, you had me out of my character today. I was in here speaking. I'm in here speaking in tongues and everything. I want to yell and do laps. Because at the end of the day, God is my healer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? God is my provider.
Yes.
And if God be for you, who can be against you? And when I look at the world today and look at brothers, one of the things that I gotta say as I close is that we have become godless.
Wow.
And when you become godless, you can become immune to what's right.
You will.
That's a whole nother conversation. Mo, you bring the best out of me, man. You bring Monte, you got any last thoughts, any comments?
No, I just would encourage, as we talk about this topic and this question, whether and I know you have to, if you're out there listening, you have to get something from it. Something had to touch you. The thing of it is, let's start the healing. Let's start making things right. Whether you that female and he done left and you like, he just didn't, care for me. Whether you that guy that said, I left her, I left them alone, find a way back because they need you.
Wow. Mo, I know you got something.
I'm going to take it a step further. All you got to do is look at your child and understand that God has manifested himself in your child. And so if you're trying to find a way to get closer to God, get closer to your child.
All right.
Wow.
You took it like 5 steps further.
I thought you did a whole 12-step program. Wow. I mean, but that's real. You know what I mean? Because like when I look, come here, Kai. Come here, Say. Come here, Kayla. I got my kids in the studio. Come here, Kara.
Sit down.
Come on, y'all. Come in here real quick. Hurry up before we close. Hurry up. Come here.
Come on, y'all.
And y'all better say y'all love me. Y'all better say y'all love me.
Run, Forrest.
Come here, Kayla. My daughter, Kayla, 9 years old, she was repping my book in school today. Tell the world how you feel about your dad.
I'm happy that I got a dad. Without my dad, where would I be?
Wow. You love your daddy? Give me a kiss. Oh, Kai, come here. Oh my goodness! Shucks. You love your daddy?
Yes, sir.
What you want to tell the world?
I love my dad.
You love your dad? What else? When you see daddy come home from work, how it make you feel?
Happy.
It make you feel happy? Oh, give me a kiss for that. Say, John, come here. What do you think? Huh? How you feel about your dad? Your dad. I'm your dad. You know that, right? Look at me. So what do you think, man? When you see me walk in the house, how do you feel?
Happy.
You feel happy? Give me a 5 for that, man. Give me a hug. see, he gonna be the one that mess around and take over my church. Come here, Kara. Now, Kara don't like talking, so I'm gonna leave you there. Look at her. She's spoiled. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't, like, a day don't go by, even if I'm out of town traveling or something. Man, I love my babies, and I love my wife.
Well,
See, a happy wife, happy life. In
That's
Jesus'
totally
name.
different.
So, man, Mo, man, I appreciate you, man.
Bring the lines on here.
Again, man, I'm gonna be in New York, and the 25th. The 25th, I will be in New York with the 25th to the 26th. Actually I'll be on a talk show. I have a dream too, and we'll put the information out there. Also, I'll be at a youth build program. Do you know more information on that, Mo?
We are making arrangements for you to do for you to be in Harlem doing a Q&A and book signing. So it's going to be huge. Oh man, people are excited for you to come to Harlem and just spread the word, man.
Wow. And next week, if you in the Bay Area, listen, I'm gonna be in San Jose for 3 days. It's going down. I'm telling you, God is moving, and this movement, right? This movement, we taking it by the storm. So again, man, Mo, I love you, man. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you. See you all in New York.
Yes,
Monte, thanks for coming on. To all those that's in the audience, Holy Hills Radio. This is your boy Mike Dean, and I'm out.